Hey mamas, so I flew for about 14 hours with frozen breast milk. Here's everything that I did to make sure my milk arrived safely. While I was on my way to the airport, I made sure to pump before I left the house. That would be less milk that I have to carry while I'm on my way. And then while I was at the airport at my gate waiting for the plane to come, I pumped in the Mamava pods. And when I was done pumping, I kept the milk inside the Mom Cozy cooler. So while I pumped in the plane, this was where I was storing my milk. And I carried this cooler with me everywhere because whenever I needed to pump while I was out, I needed to be able to store the milk in here so that it remained cold. Another thing you're gonna need for sure are pump wipes. I used the Mom Cozy ones and they came in so clutch. Next thing that I needed to get was a heavy duty cooler. Now, because I was traveling for over 14 hours, my flight was 14 hours, but my travel time was really about 18 hours. I needed a heavy duty cooler that can last a time. So I got this cooler from Amazon. This is a dupe of a bigger brand that most people usually use. And I got this cooler and it worked just fine. It's pretty good. It's pretty hefty. It kept the milk nice and cold for a very long time. Based on the TSA guidelines, as a breastfeeding mom, you are allowed a medical bag in addition to the bags you would normally have. For free, you are able to carry all of your medical necessities in here. So here you can put in like your pump supplies, your milk storage bags, Ziploc bags, anything that you need as a breastfeeding mom. The next thing that I did was I purchased these cooler shocks, and they're basically like heavy duty ice packs. So I bought 4 of these, and the night before my flight, I basically filled these with water and froze them, and they became like rock solid hard. So I had 4 of these, and that's what I used to basically line my cooler and put the breast milk in. So I put one of these at the bottom, then I would layer some milk, then I'll put another layer in the middle, the ice pack, and then put some more milk on top. And finally, I put one on the top, and these worked wonderfully well. Another thing you can't have too much of are these Ziploc storage bags. I mean, these are the Amazon Basics brand, but I bought these and I would keep my milk in there. I'll keep my pump in there in between my pumping sessions. So these also came in clutch for me. I got this badge that basically says medical equipment inside. And sometimes when they see this kind of prevents them from asking you too many questions about the breast milk. I basically got stopped each time. I had to go through TSA with the breast milk and I had to explain it's breast milk that I'm carrying. Sometimes I had to get a little, for them to not give me such a hard time. But you can also get this. I had 2 of these and I used them when I was going, and I'm not too sure if it did help or it didn't help because I still got asked questions, but it's a nice to have if you have any, fear of being stopped or anything like that. The next thing that I invested in was really this canvas tote bag. I needed a tote bag that would be big enough to fit my Mom Cozy cooler and something that would be lightweight for me to carry along with me while I was traveling through the airport. And this bag came in clutch and it was extremely inexpensive. It'll also be linked in my Amazon storefront. So all in all, traveling with breast milk was not the easiest experience because I basically got stopped and asked several times. On one of my connecting flights, the guy was like, what is this? He's never seen it before. He opened the bag. He's like touching it with his gloves. And I was like, sir, it's breast milk. Like, it's okay. He's like, oh, where's your child? And I'm like, I can travel without my child and still have breast milk. Hello. So anywho, as you know, these are things that more awareness is being brought about as people are experiencing it, but it's not familiar to many countries. So just make sure to do your research before you leave. Do your research on where you're traveling to. Make sure to have all your necessary items to make sure that your milk arrives safely and arrives frozen. If there are ice crystals in it, once you return, you're able to freeze it. If not, you can just use it in the fridge if it's cold for about 24 hours. I hope this video is helpful. I'm going to link everything that I talked about in this video in my Amazon storefront. So if you are traveling, no need to fret. It is possible for you to do it. Just make sure you are well educated on what you're doing before you do it, okay? See y'all later. Bye.